Let me pose this one question to you. Who did it better? Or who did it best? Would it be MJ or would it be Larry Bird? Hey, I know what people are going to say. Nevertheless, I think it's important to understand that, everybody can vote, everybody can put in their 2 cents. We'll talk about a few more things on this. Um, who did it better? Larry Bird, Michael Jordan? Put your comment in the thing and let me hear what you think. I figure I know what you're going to say, but hey, I'm just going to clip this and make a short little video of it. So I just thought it might be fun to do. But let's talk about that as far as who did it better. Who is the best Batman? Anybody got any opinions? And no, I don't have I do not have a background for the best Batman, although, we could say, let's see here. Was it Belt Luke 29 or Michael Keaton? Hey, I may do a few like that, but hey, and I know I'm a little bit early. Ain't no big deal. For those y'all hadn't seen my watch, I just got back. I just went and got it fixed. That's my watch that I took up to the jewelers and had that fixed. I got my my Melota ring back. Hey, Archangel, good to see you. Reminds me, hey Rebecca, good to see you. I do have a couple things I wouldn't mind talking about tonight. I'm sure y'all have noticed or hopefully you've noticed the playlist I'm starting to do. I'm starting to try to make it a Michael Bird, Michael Jordan, and Larry Bird. Those were two awesome players. I remember watching them back in the day. They were impressive. But I will say this, and I'm thinking about doing. Hey, El Cap Addict, I hear you. We do have a lot to look at on those. And I got to look, and I did look for some of your videos, El Cap Addict, but I really only saw one thing up there, which leads me to believe that you're not really focusing on Larry Bird. I liked Larry Bird. I thought he was awesome. Great team player. Anyhow, MJ, Michael Jordan did have a tendency to raise the level of the boys or the young men, the gentlemen that were playing around him. So most people would probably say Michael Jordan, but I'm sure, Bird's got his folks that would be in his corner for that as well. I will go ahead and put the link on there in case anybody wants to come up. I don't know. Seems like we don't have a lot of folks come up at late night. But that's okay. But I am thinking about doing a series of about the basketball, and those guys are a bit before my time. Hey, I understand those were just the main two players that was playing when I was actually watching basketball. Been years ago, and I couldn't list any of the new ones. I may have to go. I got to admit that my first thought was who did it best, and and I may still do this at some point, but have on one side have Biden or Trump, and on the other side the other Biden or Trump, and just ask who did it best. Let other people voice their opinion. That may upset some folks though. Yeah, people get heated about that stuff. Oh, I got some football ones too, and I'm sure those are probably a little bit before your time as well. But hey, I'm old. What can I say? But on the playlist, I am trying to put, quite a few different people that's working on watch hours. If we can get enough people working on those, I mean, it's going to be quite a few. I'm planning on doing at least 29 of them. Hey, I'll probably add another, let's see, 16. But, that way we'll have 29, day 29, and then day 1 through 17 or 1 through 16 or something. And if we can get everybody watching on one, and it'll continue to help a lot of people, I believe. When MJ came up, you had players like Akeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, Dennis Rodman, pre-Goofy, Scottie Pippen, and many, many more. If we go football, I can get into that, especially NCAA. Well, I was going to go pro, although we could do, seems like a good idea to include NCAA. I know more about the pro football than I do, college, although there were some really exciting games out there in college. But, for that matter, it could be like a playoff thing where we have, this player versus this player, and then put this player up against that player the next time. Who knows? We could go, that could go pretty deep, maybe. And you start talking one generation versus another, it can get pretty interesting. But anyhow, the only thing I know, hey, LWM, is that LWM? I'm having LW with a, that looks, I can't make that out. Akeem Olajuwon fan, he was great. Al simulations, I can do that. AI simulations, I can do that. Well, that sounds pretty cool. I've never done an AI simulation. Know more about college football than professional. Oh, wow. I just always watch the pro games. Know more about, my parents watch a lot of college ball, and I think that's because, my niece is going to school at Ole Miss, and so they watch a lot of Ole Miss games, and they're big fans of anybody in the SEC. I remember one year I had a bet going with somebody that he was from, I think, the Big Ten or something like that, and we had a bet going on who'd have a higher winning percentage in the outer conference games. SEC went undefeated that year. So, deep PSU alumni. Oh, congratulations! Very cool. That's Pittsburgh State University, right? Or Penn State. I'm sorry, I don't know my. Oh, that reminds me though. I see that we have. I still got that. I still have that live reactions thing on here, and I hate that live reactions. Just always frustrating to me. I can't ever read. I have enough trouble reading. That should take it off, though. There we go. I believe that did it. Hey, I remember watching a Penn State game though. When that coach, what was his name, hit that Big 12 guy. Very cool. That head coach, Joe Paterno maybe, hit a player. One of the players from the opposing team was over a play, ran over to his side of the game field. He reared back and hit him in the stomach. I remember that. That was huge. I mean, I guess I kind of understand it. Joe Pa, yeah. And that's been a little while. By the way, if there's, a lot of the folks on here will be featured. In fact, that's where a lot of time, where I've been trying to go and get my the videos, or a lot of the people both here. Hey, Dar, I added you to one of my playlists tonight. Good to see you. I'm working on making some playlists to help everybody with their watch hours. And if you're interested in doing that, whoever's interested in doing that, I would ask for them to go through and maybe send me an email at, well, I guess I can put that up. I'm sure I got my email address on there somewhere. Here it is. That is my email address, beltloop29 at AOL.com. To knock on his door and say hello. Joke was on me. Joe invited me in. That's so cool. For real. That's wild, Archangel. Well, that's cool, man. That's something you remember for the rest of your life. That is neat. Start with day one. I'd say so. It's probably a good idea to start with day one. But if you're interested in making the list, you might want to check out the ones that I've got on here, and try to make up a list of the stuff that you'd like played. Try to keep it under around an hour, maybe, or less, and then go through. If I do it 1 hour a piece, I can probably do eight people per thing. But I've been running into a lot of short videos, and so I may put up to 6 videos of somebody on one and have to break them out. Hey, good to see you, Janet. You're welcome, Dar. What we're trying to do is, if we can get enough people, I don't know if y'all want to name it or something, but if we can get enough people that are helping one another, running day one, day two, they ain't all got to be on the same thing. Just somebody run day one, and then when you do that, day two, just don't run the same one twice. I've heard a rumor that it's a rumor. Everybody got their thing that they say, well, it doesn't count if you do it in less than 45 days. So I'm going to try to get 45 days worth of content to play. And and Janet, I know some of your videos are on there. So if you would like to be put on future playlists, try to work out up to 1 hour worth of videos that you'd like to have on there. Try to make it, if you can do that in just somewhere between 3 and 6 videos, that'd probably be best. But hey, not everybody's got enough material to do that. I probably could. But if we can get enough people, if you haven't watched it, Skipper, you on there too, brother?
I am.
Yep. Well, I didn't want him. Hey, I got to stay on Santa's good side. So, besides, you an awesome supporter, always coming up, and you good people.
Well, I try.
If you've got stuff you'd like me to feature on one of these playlists, feel free to either. I think you got my number. I don't know if you do or not, but if you don't, just go through and text me. I'll put my number in the. This is my number. It's in private chat. You can text me if you want. It's just and let me know which channels or which videos you'd like to have put on there. I'm trying to keep it to about under an hour. If you only want 30 minutes or something, pick out 30 minutes worth. But it's all right now. There's a lot of fine tuning that needs to be done on it. Security might be different now. I would think so. El Cap Addict. But I figure if we can get enough, if we can get enough folks watching them, together, everyone accomplishes more. And that old team thing. Hey, Ronald. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Kat.
You know,
I know that ain't BB.
oh,
And I
Gigi,
know it ain't Denver or Blue. What's that cat's name?
Gigi, great
Gigi.
girl.
Gigi.
Okay.
Gigi.
Sweet cat. I'm highly allergic, but I like cats on the outside.
Well,
So,
I like them in the house because they keep the mice down.
well, I hope so. I may
They
have. Well, I ain't got. I would every day I would spend my eyes would be swollen up, almost shut, and my eyes would be watering if I had a cat in the house. So,
I am
Yeah.
sorry. I am sorry you're allergic to cats.
well,
You want a baby
I-
girl?
years back, I had rather open.
There you go. There's your girl.
Coach Franklin's not like Joe. He has. Oh, I believe it.
Mm.
So
Thank
how you doing, Skipper?
Still babysitting my son's dogs, and they make the dog that we had look small. So these guys are running around 100 pounds or more each.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're big. One's a German Shepherd, and I have no idea what the other one is. But they love me.
Well, of course. Who doesn't love Santa Claus?
Oh my goodness, those two just won't leave me alone.
Yes, Miss Rebecca, you've got a box you're going to be sending to somebody. I don't know who it is just yet. Oh,
Yeah, she needed my address again. She does what I do. What was that again? Didn't we send it to you? Yeah, but I lost it.
by the way,
I have a, a notebook that I've misplaced, and his address is in there, and I'm like, oh shoot,
It would have been off today.
it would have been off today. But when I got the message, it was after 7:00.
now,
Does
I
it
know.
look like I'm in a hurry? Even though I am looking forward to seeing kids going crazy in the local supermarket, but the closer we get to the cooler weather, we're in there. We're below zero in the mornings.
that's
I'm
cold.
talking, sorry, below freezing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's centigrade,
Yeah.
right? By the way, welcome in, John. I know that Senator JH Travels has watched
Senator.
the first one. The first, I don't know if he let it run while he was sleeping, which it doesn't matter to me when you run it. Just, it's just as long as people are running it. And, I may have one video in this or that one, but it's, no big deal. If you want to skip through mine, I'm all right with that too. When I start them, sometimes I'll start them in content. And for me to start them in content, I have to put something in there. So,
Mm.
anyhow, Archangel says he's got a Shepherd Pity mix, about 120 and a Belgian Malinois. Wow. That's incredible.
Those Belgian Malinois are absolutely amazing what they can do.
And they're beautiful.
Are they like
So-
Belgian waffles?
I bet they'll eat quite a few.
Oh, I bet they would.
Let me go through
They-
and let see.
They are very high strung dogs, and I've watched the police officers will have a training, and I literally watched a Belgian Malinois come running across in front of us, that were on the stands. They had, because these are police dogs,
Right.
and you don't want them to go up into the stand, so they had this fencing up so he wouldn't get bit. And this surprised me because when the officer announced that this wasn't a male, this was a female Belgian Malinois, literally leaped, grabbed the guy's arm, the decoy, and knocked him down.
Oh my.
Oh
And,
my, yeah.
those Malinois tend to be used by, I think, from what I understand, the military and police as well.
Yes.
They're beautiful dogs.
Hey, baby.
Oh, yes, they are escape artists.
Hey, babies.
Got one of them puppy dogs.
Hey, baby.
Oh, that's a beautiful dog.
Oh,
That's
that's
a German Shepherd, isn't it?
German Shepherd. Yeah. Hey, babies. You love me, don't you? Yes, you do.
Sweet puppy dog.
Oh, sinking ship.
But if we can just get the people, it's my 8-month-old lab mastiff. New, this my new 8-month-old lab mastiff. I bet that's a big dog. 8-week-old. Okay.
Mastiffs tend to be pretty big.
Yeah.
Well, Blue's mother was an English Mastiff, but he took after the lab, shorter but really stocky
Right.
dog. I don't know if I'd want a Mastiff in my house. They're pretty big and be able to get on your countertop.
Well, Otis is got to where he won't jump on anything. In fact, on the back porch, there's a raise about 7, 8 inches. He'll stand there, to make me pick him up, put him inside. He's, of course, even when he was just a little puppy, he wouldn't climb up or down the stairs. We slept on an air mattress one night when he was just a puppy. He wouldn't hop off the air mattress onto the floor.
Yes, Cane Corsas are big, also.
Lackland Air Force Base.
Wow.
Lackland? Wow.
They are. That's okay. Have y'all ever seen what is that one? I used to watch The Dog Whisperer all the time. And there's one that they featured that was a big, and it was like I think at one point it was used to hunt lions or bears or something. What was that?
Rhodesian Ridgeback?
No, it wasn't that. What was that
King
lady?
Cors- One person said King Corsals are bigger. They
Those
are.
are big.
Yeah. Siberian Mastiffs.
Oh,
Siberian Mastiffs.
Let's see.
is that a husky with a Mastiff mix, or is there such a thing as a Siberian Mastiff that I don't know about? Oh, Tibetan Mastiff, yes.
Siberian Mastiff sounds like something from the Ice Age.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, come back for me. What? You're not going out again? No, that's like.
Yes, I've been to when they had dog shows, AKC dog shows in this area. I'd go to those dog shows and volunteer to help the club out. So I got to learn a lot of breeds of dogs.
Very cool.
One of Ronald's favorite was it's a hound, Saluki. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, those dogs are beautiful.
Let's see. Who was the young lady that was on The Bodyguard?
The Bodyguard, Whitney Houston?
Whitney Houston. Maybe it was her. I don't
Whitney
know.
Houston. Yes.
Yeah, I just don't know. I'm having a Cicely Tyson, Whitney Houston. I don't. Who is the older lady? Maybe.
Greta Garbo.
No. Let's see.
An older woman? I can't remember an older woman on there.
I can't think of. That's gonna bother me.
Google.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was though. It was a big dog. Dog to use.
Irish Wolfhound, maybe.
Oh, that's a big dog.
That is a really big dog.
Let's see.
A good boy. Yes, you are. You moose.
I think isn't the Irish Wolfhound the biggest dog?
Certainly one of the biggest. It's kind of nice having a dog back in the house. Yeah.
I think that was probably it. Maybe Patty LaBelle.
Patty LaBelle.
Let's see.
I have a radio station that I don't change from anymore. It's called the Dove, and I'm guessing that because I've heard this different areas, they have old rock and roll kind of music. The ones I remember as a kid. Aretha Franklin is another good one too. Yes.
Here it is. I found it.
Good.
Let me go through and share the screen. It's known as a Boerboel.
Oh, Warble. Yes.
Those are big dogs, and these are some pictures of them. That's
Oh yeah, that's a pretty big. Oh, look at the muscles on that one. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's
Let's see, full-grown South African Boerboel, and they use those, I think, to hunt, or they used to use them to hunt lions, or maybe it's bear. I think lions is probably something that they had, issues with. Let's see. I'm sure I missed out on plenty.
I was waiting for Gary to go lions and tigers and bears.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you've definitely with a whippet, you've got to keep them on a leash, or they've got to be in a 6-foot fence where they cannot get out because they will be gone.
Oh,
Or even a greyhound.
I think Aretha's got a heck of a voice. A whippet. Them are little bitty dogs, ain't they? Or maybe
they're made for speed.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
They
have
look
this.
kind of like greyhound, don't they?
They're a little bit smaller than a greyhound, and then you've got and I remember them as the IG, which means Italian greyhound. They're the smallest of that greyhound body shape. And of course there's Afghan hounds.
They're fast.
Yes, they're very fast. They're kind of got that deep chest and come up where they can have that double gait. It's amazing to watch those dogs do that lure coursing. Just amazing how fast they can move.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see here. How about this?
They're like, yes. Corvettes. Yeah.
Well, anyhow, I'm sorry. I get distracted and, my mind gives every which way.
And he keeps saying he's so old, Rebecca.
He's not.
Hey, I'm blaming the torvastatin.
Okay, wait a minute. I
Yeah,
can't blame. I can't blame anything because I'm on no medication.
It wouldn't surprise me if once I get back into shape, they may take me off a few meds. That's at least what I'm thinking they might do. I'm gonna start doing some, once I get into better shape, I'm gonna start doing some more, calisthenics, that type of stuff. There are a lot of people that do take a torvastatin, but one of the side effects for some people is memory loss. I don't know if it's permanent or not. I hope not, because if I can get off of it, then I'll. Of course, they'll probably keep me on it because I like red meat too much. Although I have been eating a lot of pork ribs lately.
No, I've noticed as I'm getting older, it's my short-term memory that's bad. I remember stuff from years ago, no problem.
Oh
But
yeah.
boy, oh boy, stuff. What did I do yesterday? I don't know.
Hey, Carnegie.
Oh, I know what I ate yesterday and what I ate today because it's the same thing that we've been eating for the last 2 days.
Craft dinner? No.
No. I kind of made a noodle type soup.
Yeah.
With we get these cans that are probably about that big around that have pork or beef in it. And I took boxes of macaroni and cheese and put some other things with it. So it'll be finished tomorrow and I'm going to make chili.
Did you put the cheese mixture in there with the soup?
I put peas, carrots, and mixed vegetables.
Yeah,
and then
you put the cheese stuff from the mac and cheese.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You know what? I think I'm going to make myself a big pot of chicken soup, homemade, tomorrow.
That sounds
Now
good.
that you talked about it, yeah. And I proper egg noodles, and I put a can of tomatoes chopped up, and of course the chicken broth and celery and potatoes and lots of onion and I'll make up a big batch. That'll keep me going for a few days too, because I'm getting lazy.
I think we all do as we get older. It's just like, hey, let's make a whole bunch.
I'm telling you, it's an effort. I'm catching myself now where instead of doing of course I'm retired, so I've got the time on my hands. Instead of doing the dishes at night, I get up in the morning and go, oh crap, I didn't do them last night, and I clean them up in the morning before I make breakfast. And then the dishes pile up till the night, and then I have to clean them the next morning. Like,
Matt's saying, thanks a lot, Santa Claus. Now I'm hungry. Well, you can blame me too, Matt.
I'm so dadgum lazy. I hadn't even eaten in the last 24 hours. But
my stomach wouldn't let me do that. No.
Well,
nope.
For me to eat on my diet and what I'm doing, I basically have to go to the store and get something. So,
good gravy.
And I got to get, I will admit that every now and then I'll go to the store and get a slab of ribs, and I'll eat half of them one day, and then I'll eat the next half the next day. And so, anyhow.
Well, if I wanted ribs, I'd have to stoke up my barbecue, and this is what, year 2 since I haven't stoked my barbecue in 2 years. Okay, no, I don't feel like barbecuing.
We actually have Archangel. We actually have not any fresh, but we do got asparagus over at Mom and Daddy's.
Asparagus! Oh, we used to pick it they used to grow wild in the ditches. Back in Ontario, and I used to be out here. You don't find it. The only thing you get out here is, depending where you're living, is rattlesnakes and friggin' tumbleweeds.
When our parents moved to Utah, they had wild asparagus growing on the roads in the ditches.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just
Hi,
we used to
Najuma.
eat it all the time.
Something to Juma. And
My mom made this kind of a hollandaise sauce and put it in there and made it creamy. So good.
Hollandaise sauce with yeah, that would be good.
well, I just have to make sure whenever I eat, it's something either low in carbohydrate. I'm basically eating two things, either meat or salads, and that's about it right now. If I can't get a hold of either one of them throughout the day, then I just have to wait for the next day to eat or something.
So you're off the carbs completely.
Basically, yeah. I mean, there's a few carbs in, like, it's hard to get a salad without some shredded lettuce in it or, tomatoes or whatever. Now, granted, I don't have to eat the tomatoes, but those shredded carrots, that's what I'm thinking. It's kind of hard to eat the salad without it.
Salad without lettuce and tomatoes, that's called an empty plate.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff like broccoli and what have you could put in there. But I usually go to either Chick-fil-A or to mostly Whataburger, and they've got a Cobb salad that they throw chicken on top of that has well, I like the chicken on it, and now I probably use too much dressing, but I figure a few carbs from dressing ain't gonna hurt me.
I should be sticking to the oil and vinegar, but I really like French or ranch. Those are my go-to salad dressings. Like French dressing. Oh, okay.
Hey, I won't disagree with Archangel. I usually use ranch dressing. Now, I found that I didn't realize it before I pulled up to the Whataburger the other day, but they actually have jalapeno ranch, which I rather enjoyed, and I got the spicy chicken with it.
You Southerners and your bloody jalapenos. I have trouble eating ketchup.
Jalapenos are very light in the Scoville range.
Yeah,
I mean, they're down low.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah,
No, they're not.
try and convince me, Ronald.
No, jalapenos aren't, brother. Banana peppers are, but not jalapenos.
My father ruined it. Hot peppers, he ruined it for me because he used to sit there with a case of beer, do up his steaks, and oh man, he made big steaks. And he would have a full bottle of hot red pepper sitting there, and he would eat the steak, finish off the whole bottle, the whole jar of hot red peppers, and the entire case of beer in a sitting.
Whoa.
And I tried to match him, destroyed my stomach, absolutely destroyed. So I'm on Dexalent, not 24/7.
let's see. Well, by the way, welcome in, Shawnee. Good to see you. I have found that those jalapenos, I used to stress over jalapenos because, if I had a jalapeno in my thing, it'd burn the stew out of me because I've always avoided hot stuff. But, since I've started trying hotter and hotter peppers, jalapenos hardly seem like anything at all. So it's always a question of perspective. I've had a Caribbean red hot pepper. I've had a ghost pepper. I've had a Carolina Reaper pepper, and they're all extremely hot. But the jalapeno hardly don't seem like anything these days. But it does have a tremendous flavor and, a little bit of kick to it too, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
Thing
Well,
I'm
go ahead, Ronald.
thing I'm thinking of is jalapeno poppers. peppers where you end up putting cream cheese in them. That's why I said it's very low on the Scoville range, because they make them and I've been able to eat them. But anything hotter than that, I just can't handle it.
Well, my son's trying to get me to try a Hellraiser pizza, but I'm not going to try it until I see Gary and Eddie try it.
No, thank you.
When I heard about this pizza where it's made with what do you call the chips, the one chip challenge, the Packies?
Yeah.
He crushes them on the pizza, and he puts jalapenos and ghost peppers and all the rest of the stuff on it. But he also slices up durian fruit, puts the durian fruit, and he cuts that up in little chunks. And then he puts he likes the Stromring fermented herring instead of the well, what do you call it? The little fishy things they put on there. I've lost it. But that's the pizza. It smells horrible.
Wow.
And it's absolutely the most diabolical thing a human being could ever eat. Anchovies. That's what I was saying. Anchovies.
Oh, can't stand the smell of anchovies.
Well, you certainly wouldn't like fermented herring then.
Probably not. My dad used to go over this locker that's now closed and get head cheese. I will try something. I will try something once. After that, if I don't like it, I'm not eating it again. And no.
Head things like head cheese and blood pudding and stuff like that. I've tried it once. That's it. I'll never have it again. But I also have learned that whenever I go to the southern states, whenever I sit down and have myself chicken and chips, not to add gravy on the chips, because they look pretty stupid at you while they're pouring gravy on freaking potato chips.
Yeah,
Yeah, so was it? Nope.
No, that happened to me in Columbus, Georgia. That was bad.
I can imagine that would be interesting. Our idea of chips and other people's idea of chips or at least from the UK. I don't know what it is up there in Canada.
Oh no, we call them chips too, but yeah, UK's crisps.
Oh, okay. I'd rather. Hey, if it was up to me, I'd just have a big old plate full of French fries, and I wouldn't mind throwing gravy on them. Or actually, I like mixing
gravy. Make it poutine.
What is
you gotta try squeaky cheese with gravy on French fries. It is absolutely amazing.
Hey, my idea of gravy is either tomato gravy or that white gravy sausage gravy.
What, like biscuits and gravy?
Yes. That sounds good, Archangel. You said it to me, I'll try it. I can't guarantee I'll be long on the video, but
yeah, biscuits and gravy's good.
Well, I love I have made gravy with starting with what do they call it, a bechamel, or it's supposed to be one of the 5 mother sauces in France. Butter and flour. You heat that up so that you don't get rid of the flour taste, then add milk to it.
That's how my wife makes gravy.
That's awesome gravy. Throw some biscuits in there, man. That's good eating. I'm making myself hungry just sitting here. Well, I need to, since I ain't eaten the last 24 hours, I honestly don't know what thing. I think I had a salad about 8 o'clock day before yesterday.
You would have died if you saw our dinner tonight, because I made a big plate of spaghetti and meatballs with French fries on the side.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think the French that it's also a roux, and you got to have a roux if you're making like gumbo You know,
Gumbo.
Cajun cooking, man, is some of the best cooking around.
Just cool it on the spice a little bit. I like it. Gumbo's good.
If you ever find yourself down towards New Orleans, they got a really long bridge. It's real long. In the middle of the bridge is a place called Middendorf. They have thin fried catfish and gumbo, and it's a good place to stop and eat.
A restaurant in the middle of a bridge.
Well, yeah. You take off the interstate, and there is a little. I guess there's a little bit of land there, and
oh, gotcha. It's a little island sort of deal with a restaurant on it.
yeah. Let me look it up for you.
Do you know I've never tried catfish? Certain fish I've never tried. I've never had sheephead. Used to give them to the guys in Detroit when I catch them in the Detroit River.
I've had catfish.
Here's Middendorf's. It's right there off the water. It'd be kind of hard not to.
Middendorf's.
Yeah. And there's some property around there. I guess that comes right up to I think there's the bridge right there.
Right.
And,
Oh, neat.
But it's, the bridge, I think there's a little, but you actually have to take off the interstate to go to Middendorf's. It's one of the places when I was a youngin', I say young, right after me and Tammy got married and we were living down in Hattiesburg. Welcome back, William Carnegie. William Carnegie is Robin. You see his head on his icon. So yeah, I'll put him back up there for a second.
So did I tell you Eddie's better half is making me my stickers?
That's awesome.
That is great.
In fact, I've got Jamie has made me some shirts and a coffee mug, and I'm going to start doing a live stream, a short live stream, sometime during the week on Belt Loop 29 to try and help promote, show off the shirts and the coffee mugs and that type of thing. Cajun Cat is very good. I've never had sheephead. Isn't that just another type of catfish?
No, but it's very bony. Very bony. It's like I say, anytime I caught sheep, I was going for perch or pickerel or walleye, that sort of thing. But and the other thing I used to love, perch. Oh gosh, I ate a lot of perch as a youngster. Smelt, especially in Lake Ontario, you go the smelt runs, and we ate so much smelt. It was by the time we finished up a season, you didn't want to see another one. Wow.
Hey, smelt. I guess I always figured it just smelled funny.
Catch them we used to catch them in big bushel baskets. Just go right down in the water and just sweep it through.
Thank you, Archangel. But I would rather you share. I mean, truthfully, it'd probably be better to share out just the playlist so that folks can, perch and smallies. I'm not sure what a smallie is. Perch, I've always thought was isn't a perch like a bluegill or a brim?
I can see it in my mind's eye. A bluegill, I haven't. I've had black crappie. Bluegill, I don't think I can't even picture it. Again, it depends on where you're doing your fishing, I guess. But
okay, well, let's take a look. Well,
I can see a perch clears a bell. I ate too many of them.
Yeah.
Those are perch.
Yeah, bluegills are crappies.
Is that what they are?
Yes.
These are bluegills. And then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I think they spell brim, BREAM, maybe. And those, some of those look a lot like, to me, look a little bit like those, what was that, perch.
They fillet really nice.
Let's see, smallmouth bass and bluegills are crappie. Okay. The, I've got a picture somewhere. I don't even know if I've still got it, but I've got a picture somewhere of somebody that, we've got my family. Oh, shad. My family, my grandfather accumulated in the neighborhood of 360 acres when he was younger. And, and that was after he passed and my grandmother passed, that was kind of broken down into family and what have you. But on this property, there's about a 30-acre lake that that we have, and we pay the taxes on it and everything.
Right.
At least my family does, and they have. I've seen some pretty good sized bass pulled out of there. They've got the largemouth bass down there, brim, and catfish, tiger trout. I got to look up a tiger trout.
Do you know, I haven't done any fishing since I've come out to Western Canada because all they do out here is bloody fly fish.
Really?
And I don't like fly fishing. I enjoy using live bait. Night crawlers or minnows are fine.
It's a pretty fish. That's pretty cool.
It's good size.
If I'm fishing for brim, I use cricket or worms. If I'm going for bass, I go for, a purple worm with a red fire tail, or
right.
Maybe even a broken back rebel. I don't do a lot of fishing these days. Hadn't for years, but I need to get out there, do some fishing. It's pretty popular on YouTube.
There was a fish when my father he had built a fishing boat in Washington State. And there was this one big ship that came in, and I was looking at these fish and I was like, turned around and asked my dad, I says, what are those fish? I'm about to put it in the chat. They were the most ugliest looking fish I had ever seen in my life, because they're bottom fish. So when they catch them in these big nets, their eyes bulge because of the water pressure when they come up.
Really?
So yeah, they were pretty ugly, but they're the fish that are used for what you get at fish places. Beautiful white and so good.
See, I've eaten lots of cod in my day, but it was saltwater.
Yes, these are saltwater also.
Yeah, cod and halibut are great fish.
Yeah.
Well, I need to develop another taste for fish, because about right now, about the only way I eat fish is fried. Fried
fish and chips.
Well, something like that, I guess. Although I never, with the chips, we usually get hush puppies.
Hush puppies? Hush puppy to me is like a hot dog with batter on it.
No, well, let me show you hush puppy.
Hush puppies it's cornmeal, and it's a little ball, and you fry it.
Yeah.
That's what hush puppies are.
Wow.
These are hush puppies.
Those are hush puppies.
My grandfather used to make them with what was it? Beer batter.
That's like corn fritters, right?
I guess so.
Because that's what we have up here is corn fritters that look like that.
Now, it doesn't look like that.
No. Oh, that's fillet of sole.
Now, that's some strange. Now, usually if I see that, it's one of two different things. it's usually either like a cheese stick that's been fried or a veggie stick.
Right.
And I don't mind either of them. Although I think I prefer the veggie stick over the cheese stick.
We're making everybody hungry.
I miss
Sorry,
eating.
yeah, I am hungry myself.
I miss eating fish.
Well, I have some catfish fillets that are unbreaded, and I bake them. I put lemon pepper on them, and I bake them in my oven.
Well, the best fish I've ever had that I recall was we went out deep sea fishing, and we got some redfish or red snapper. I don't remember, one of the two. And the first mate, filleted up made some fillets up, and they had a grill. They had a grill I think it was on the back of the Real Easy, and he grilled them up with just a little bit of salt, pepper, and lemon juice. And let's see, deep sea boats in Jersey as a kid. Cool. Cod, pollock, halibut, whiting, bluefin tuna, shark, mine. Oh, cool. Or bull dolphin. That is neat. Red snapper is. Yeah, we used to. Well, for years, I don't know, 6-7 years. We would go out and we'd charter a boat to go deep sea fishing once a year, and we'd go out and we'd go fishing for red snapper. And we always had to make sure it's the right time of year. And, we just enjoyed the company. And I pulled up about a 10-foot, I think it was a nurse shark. At one point, and it took me a long time to fight him. And then right as we decided it was about time to be done with that, they went to go cut the line, and he surfaced, and he somehow he shook the hook, and so he was a big shark. I remember one night we went night fishing one time, and had hammerheads circling the boat. Like 10 foot long, something like that. They were big, but
no, never experienced anything like that. Not in the least. I mean, I've experienced whales and stuff in the Bay of Fundy, but never. I mean, I saw some sharks, but nothing like hammerheads and stuff circling boats. Gosh.
Well, they were just curious. I mean, the lights were on. It was late at night, and it's not like they were trying to hunt us or anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think.
Yeah, the closest thing to being in danger, as far as I was concerned, I was 10 years old, fishing off the dock. I was using a 10-pound test, and I tossed the line in. And back then, it was basically, you had the float, and you just fished really easy and whatnot. I caught a muskie, and it was a great, big, huge one that caught me off guard, and that sucker pulled me right off the dock. Literally, like I flew like you wouldn't believe, scared the crap out of me and my dad.
And that was a muskie?
It was a muskie. Oh, big! Those are fighting fish, man. Wow.
Not real familiar with muskie.
Well, muskies, they did an experiment a few years back where they took a muskie and barracuda, and they put them in joining tanks with a bit of glass in between, and they pulled that glass out, and the muskie tore that bloody barracuda apart.
Really?
Yeah. They are vicious fish.
Very cool. They look like they're pretty good size, too.
Yeah, very, very, they get really large.
Do they?
You guys got some stuff down there that's scary. Like those alligator gars are freaking frightening looking monsters.
They do look scary. Although, caught a pike, a pickerel, and muskies before I'm aware of the fire But wow, the alligator gars are kind of wild looking. You'll find those typically down like in the below the dam, I think. There's a big reservoir, and let's see. Hang on. Games, crystalline gamers. All right, I'm not real familiar at this time, so what I'll do so I can bring them up is throw up a thing, and we'll bring you up. So
Gabriel.
do what now?
What the fuck?
I don't know. It kind of sounded like cursing, so you know, I reckon for the time being, I'm gonna ban that person. They didn't bother saying anything in chat, and I guess we're gonna just have to wait for people to make a comment in chat before we let them up. Anyhow, oh, I'm sorry, I still got the overlay on. I'm being a little protective over, making sure nobody shows anything they ain't supposed to. And anyhow, it's it's sad people ain't got nothing better to do.
Well, when you start using profanity all the time, my IQ goes down.
Well, I think theirs does too. Of course, I don't think theirs was that high to begin with. But
Rebecca, you didn't notice my new glasses. Did you see my new glasses?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's the first time I've worn bifocals. It's like
wave, Roadhog.
Yeah.
What's up, Roadhog?
I don't
Who
have.
was that?
I don't know.
What was the screen name?
Give me a second, I'll tell you. Games, the crystalline or something like that.
Yeah, I was just in another live and it's a troll.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
dear.
somebody that you just want to block because they will porn bomb you.
Well, I wasn't going to let that happen.
Right. I just figured I'd say something because they were in another chat trying the same thing.
Oh dear.
Well, I appreciate that. Hey, some people are, and can't really find them on YouTube. That's okay. They're banned on the studio over here. And if they ever go through and, make a comment on the thing, well, hey, it's all good. I know that Roadhog would never intentionally do anything like that. And trolls are a part of this. Unfortunately, trolls are a part of this life.
Right.
And I ain't gonna worry too much. I ain't gonna give them that much thought. But I will I will try to keep the appropriate precautions in place. But I try to give people a chance. And sometimes I guess that bites me in the rear end, but I believe, and I don't talk a lot of religion. I don't talk a lot of politics. That doesn't mean I'm not a religious person. That doesn't mean I'm not, even though I'm really not political, not much.
Right.
But I consider myself a Christian, and I do believe the way I was raised is to do unto others as you have them do unto you. And so I try to go through and live by that golden rule. So, and, pray for those who spitefully use you. It's hard to do that sometimes. Pray for your enemy, and that ain't easy to do at all. That's sometimes I'm tested. Of course, I was tested today by that cookie too. There was
I'm constantly tested by cookies.
Hey, I can see that being, from North Pole, Canada. But
Better than no.
So how cold is it up there, Skipper?
It's hitting below freezing now.
Ooh.
nights, and then warming up in the day gets convert it to Fahrenheit. About 50 Fahrenheit.
Well, zero Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's right.
So
Oh,
if
wow.
it's freezing, it's got down to at least 32 degrees.
But you don't even talk about that. That's balmy. Right? It's balmy until it gets to -10 Celsius. Starts to get a little chilly. That's when we start putting sweaters on. But when it hits -30, -40, and occasionally -50, which is basically the same in Fahrenheit as Celsius, it's cold. It's like, okay, fireplace is on, blankets around you. You're going to, you do whatever you can to keep toasty warm and make sure that your block heater's plugged in. Yeah, it gets really cold here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'd have to say I would need a small heater and about a 10 by 6 room, and that'll be perfect. I'll be all right with that. Make sure it's well insulated.
I have a fireplace in just about every room.
Oh, I love fires too, so
Yep,
that would
gotta
be
have
fun.
Yep. And of course quilts, and when people knit me up things, which are really nice, that I fight with my wife over. Those come in really handy.
I need to make your wife a blanket.
Well,
She's been asking.
I got to admit,
I'm going to need to make your wife a blanket.
it has cooled off a little bit down here. For Wednesday, we're expecting a high of 92.
What?
Yeah, 92 degrees Fahrenheit.
I would die.
Oh yeah, we're looking at 83 here.
Whoa.
But then the next day in the 60s, and then it starts to get colder even more into the 50s.
Yeah.
Well,
by Halloween, we'll have a nice layer of snow everywhere.
Now, on Sunday, we are getting to a low of 46, and Saturday, a low of 47. But the days will be 73 and 75. So,
that's summer weather. When I went down to Vegas, it was January, and there were 73 degrees. Everybody's walking around parkas. I'm in my shorts and t-shirt. Couldn't find a swimming pool open anywhere. I'm like, gosh, you guys.
And you were sweating.
Oh, it was hot. Oh my goodness. It was January. my poor wife, who still hasn't got a passport because she's that's a whole different story. I won't get into that, but she she doesn't have a passport. Couldn't come with me, so I went down with my son. So what do? I'm Skyping her, walking around in shorts and t-shirt, showing her the palm trees. She's got 4 feet of snow up here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Walk through one of the malls near the Venetian, and they have a bar restaurant that's all ice. And I'm walking by, and they look, come on in here. Are you serious? I just left that. I'm not going in there.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start a brand new. While we're sitting here, I'm gonna start a brand new playlist for day 5. I don't know where anybody is. I don't think anybody's had time to watch them all by any means. But seeing Roadhog, that's part of the problem that you run into. There's so many good people out here, and so many deserving channels
Mm-hmm.
to try and promote. But Lord knows, a lot of people that are trying to get to, that's 22, 32, 35, 55. Okay. I've got your first 4 I went ahead and added your first 4 or the latest 4 videos to it. At least I think that worked.
Yeah. My buddy Steve has got the right idea. I mean, I've known him for over 40 years. And what does he do? He does stealth camping. Once a week, he goes and he sleeps in a ditch or a duck blind or behind a police station or in a traffic circle and tries not to get caught. He does that silly thing once a week. He has got one of the largest viewings. He's not far from what's that one there where the Mr. Beast? It's gotten that big. People watching him stealth camp.
Wow.
And his videos are only like a half an hour long. Hey, he did behind some garbage bins at McDonald's last week.
Nice.
Yeah, I said, Steve. He says, why not? He says, it's easy, it's fun. I says, all I worry about is ticks and making sure there's no critters crawling on me. It's okay.
Are you talking about Steve Wallace?
Yeah, Steve Wallace. Oh,
He's
yeah.
one of my most favorite ones to watch because
See
you
what I
never
mean?
know what he's going to get into next.
He started off with my youngest son. They used to do camping out in the back here.
Mhm.
Then my boy and him took off to BC.
Oh, wow.
So I've known him for a long, long time. In fact, he keeps in touch with me on a regular basis during his travels. And I'm hoping he stops by for a coffee on his way back from Nova Scotia. But yeah, Steve is a cool guy. I mean, it's
I
just
bet he will if you hit him up and say, hey, come over.
oh no, I do all the time. It's just he does his own thing, and I've tried to get him on my channel, and he go no. Okay, fine. Go
Why
ahead.
not?
You're a big boy now.
It would help promote both of you.
Yeah, I mean, I was even willing to go and try to find his stealth camp dressed as Santa.
Well, they're both over 1 million subscribers, so that's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah.
I think Steve Wallace, according to this, is 1.39 million. But I think Mr. Beast may have him by a little bit. He's at 188 million subscribers. That's crazy any way it goes. But
Oh, it's huge. That's huge. It's huge. So he's set for life. I mean, he's got a great channel. He's having fun doing what he's doing.
yeah,
And we just every once in a while keep in touch. So
Well,
I'm kind of glad that he's doing so well.
it's cool that he has found his niche, and that he is appreciated for it.
Yeah, and I think that goes with all of us. I mean, we get into a little circle of things that we do. Like we as content creators do different things. Like Rebecca with her crocheting and all that stuff, and me with my coins and my Santa and my cookie. I've been trying different things,
Yeah.
but I think what it is there's certain niches that people get into that really attracts the general public.
Yeah.
That really catches their eye and going, okay, this is relaxing. I can sit here for a half an hour and watch this guy do that silly thing. I would love to, frankly, in my After Service Adventures Canada channel, get all those old farts that hang out with me, the old veterans, and try to relive our glory days. Now, you can well imagine us trying to do a rundown on a rifle range with walkers.
Oh, goodness. That would be hilarious.
Or doing whitewater rafting, and all of us in these wetsuits, we all look like bloody whales, belugas.
Right.
Trying different things. I mean, those are the sort of things that would attract people's attention and get a kick out of it.
Well, my problem, Skipper, is that my attention fades pretty quickly. It seems like from one thing to another. I do enjoy a lot of this stuff. It's just like this Batman thing. I kind of dropped it for a little while, and I'm starting to pick it back up. And but then again, I could jump over to gardening, or I may get on a cooking kick, or narwhals. That would be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I watched this one content creator down in I think he's in Georgia. He's a beekeeper. He's the bug farmer. I could watch him for hours. Why? I'm waiting for him to get stung. I won't lie. And what's funny about it is he has a stingometer. And there was this one time where he really pissed off his bees. And he got stung 27 times. And you watch him running to the house, and the stingometer's going off. And all you could do is laugh. You want to raise bees, go for it, buddy. You know, those sort of things I enjoy.
I wonder how he got that. Well, I'd have to see the video to understand, you know, how it caught him on camera the whole way.
Oh, well, just look up the bug farmer stingometer.
Okay.
And that is such a funny video.
All right. Found him. Looks like the bug farmer only has like 395 views on this particular one. How many's he got? 9.22 thousand subscribers with 275. He's doing good. You know, until I was around 500 videos, I reckon I had more videos than I had subscribers for a long time. So,
well, I think I've just hit over 800 on my one channel, but who knows? Maybe the Santa Claus North Pole Canada will do better next year or this year.
Well, I'm on, by the way, I will be promoting it. I don't know if anybody, and I need to do a video. I did one today, a live stream that was kind of promoting some folks, and I'm trying to think of some ideas to try and help Rooted in Texas. Nina and Boyce, they're good people. I've met them at the meetup down in Dayton. Pour molten hot aluminum into Yellow Jackets. Yes, I've seen stuff like that in the ant hills and make really interesting sculptures.
Yeah, I've seen that one too. There's some are gorgeous.
But Nina's mother passed away. Hey, good to see you, NBL. Her mother passed away, and so they're having trouble coming up with the money to
oh dear,
burial expenses.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I've posted their link to their GoFundMe and their PayPal. I sent them a little bit of money today, you know, what I could. And, you know, if somebody can help, you know, it'd be appreciated. Look on, I think that's on the Belt Loop 29 channel community tab. You know, it's important to try to help people.
I'll check it out, Gary.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyhow, I'm looking at different ways of trying to help them. Well, thank you, Archangel. That's appreciated. I was thinking about having selling some mugs or something and donating 100% of the profits to them. I'm not sure, you know, who would want to watch, you know, buy one of my mugs anyhow, or T-shirts or something. I don't know.
You never know till you try.
That's true. And Devil Dog suggested that we do like what was it? Do an auction, I think. And I'd be more than happy to do that as well. I went ahead and ordered, before that I had ordered like 8 coffee mugs from Jamie, and now she hadn't made them yet or anything, but you know, I'm sure we could do something. I may do something with trying to auction those off, and people could either get one with Belt Loop 29 stuff on it, YouTube police stuff, or, you know, their own channel. A lot of people would rather have their own channel stuff on there anyhow. But I'm just, you know, if y'all see that post, community post, please do share it out.
Mm-hmm.
or make your own post. I don't care about, how they hear about it. I just want folks to know about it. And so, that I would appreciate that. And I am trying to help some folks. I mean, for some people get in a situation where money is tight, and that's not a bad idea. I may have to order some cuff keys and do that. Uh, that would be cute. I wonder how much a cuff key is. I've had mine. I've got one or two, I think, but that would be an interesting idea. It's like $6 for a cuff key. I wonder how much it'd be to do bulk. I don't know.
M&T.
Whee!
You
Hey,
almost fell right on your head.
Oh,
thank you for coming.
new rig. Tighten it up. Stay. Oh, that's not you, dog.
Anyhow, we won't be on much longer. I just, I wanted to come on and, I'm trying to do this, twice a week. I'm not going to be monetizing this channel anytime soon. Maybe a few years down the road, I will. It's and truthfully, it's not even eligible to be monetized right now. I've got I'm only a little over 2,000 hours on it. I think it was 280, and then it dropped down to 270, and then 277, something like that, which is still a long ways from being monetized. But I'm working towards it just so I can say I'm doing it by choice, not by necessity.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right.
And
well, a lot of us are here because we enjoy what we're doing. It's not just a money-making scheme.
exactly.
Exactly.
Well, I heard it put, let's see, Frank retired and makes birdhouses that he sells at the farmer's market. It's hard work. Molly retired and makes dolls that she gives away, to underprivileged kids. She receives a blessing from it. So I think it's all becomes a question of perspective. If I focused on this as a job, I put a lot, I tend to put a lot into it. And that's why I got kind of burnt out, and I was focused on, I guess, looking at business after I monetized Belt Loop 29. I wish I'd done a few things differently. But, this is, for me, I have a great deal of fun coming on and talking with my friends and having them up on panel and having them in the chat.
I enjoy coming for that reason.
It's therapeutic to me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And when you turn it into monetized, then don't get me wrong. A few years from now, it may be something different than what it is now. But I don't mind having a monetized channel. The fact is, I'm giving away all the money it brings in anyhow. That reminds me, you would not believe how many responses I got to my members cash giveaway video. A bunch of people, has anybody joined? I don't think so. Maybe I don't, but I doubt it. I will admit that not maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that, I was down to 2,400 in it was threatening to drop below 2,400, and then all of a sudden now I'm at 2,450 something on that channel. So let's see, 2,450. Well, let me look at the YouTube studio. 2,453, and truthfully, whatever comes in, is just going to be given away. And I'll throw and the people that are members, every penny that comes into the channel goes to them. I will have a couple more drawings, so to speak, that I will give away a little bit, more money. but that's, that's coming out of my pocket, which is no big deal. I figure if they're going to come support the channel, might as well.
Yep.
But anyhow, it's going to be interesting to see, the future, what happens with Belt Loop 29. And it'll be interesting in the future to see what happens with YouTube Police. And Lord knows, Belt Loop 29 Cute Critters, that's grown quite a bit lately. It's getting close to 500, I think.
People love them animals.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because on Cute Critters, most everything I do on there is just, it's at 483 subscribers right now with an increase of, what is that, 50? I've had 50 join in the last 28 days.
Wow, that's really good. Gary,
Really good.
you're such a giving person. I think I'm going to give you a gift of an idea, because I look at your name, Belt Loop 29, on there, and I think one of the coolest things you can give a person is an idea. See if they're going to run with it. Do you remember when they used to have pet rocks?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Silly, they made a fortune on that. It was out of their garage. They made these things, sold millions. Well, with your name is hitting me, Belt Loop. Why don't you, given the state of the economies in Canada, the United States, get yourself a little piece of plastic or wood, and you get it engraved or stamped J-O-B, job. Drill a hole in it, put a cord in it, so it can tie on your belt loop. Something that you could decorate with little pictures of different items that are related to different occupations, whether it be a nurse's uniform, a shovel, a helmet, whatever. We'll call them pet jobs. You got a buddy that's out of work and he needs some cheering up. Send him a pet job. Why? It's first off, he ties it to his belt loop, job security, job portability. It's his own personal job. What a great gift to give a friend is a pet job.
A pet job. I like that. I'll have to look into that. My problem that I normally have, Skipper, is that my ideas, they come, in fact, a primer card, see, you can blow it up. There we go. Good night, M&T. Thank y'all for coming in. We
Good
appreciate
night,
it. By the way,
M&T.
you are in some of my videos I've added tonight. I don't remember if it was day 3, or day 4, but if you would, it may have even been on day 2. I don't know. I don't remember. But please take a chance, to start to play some of those, and I would ask everybody here to play some of those. Day 1 help, day 2 help, or day 1 helping, day 2 help, day 3 help, day 4 help, and day 5 help. And I'm just trying to people, and they're not for people that are already monetized. They're not, it's not about that. Although certainly they can play them. It's about, typically there are people that need watch hours, and so some of them have made the 1,000 subscribers. Some of them hadn't. But we're trying to go through and some days have more people in them than others. But if you would play them, and feel free to share them and encourage other people to play them.
Help, I need somebody. Help.
But I tried to make them, between, 8 or 9 hours, so that somebody could, if they wanted to, whether they're starting their job or starting at work, could play it, or, play it while they're at home, or play it while they're, dozing or taking a nap, or, whatever. Try to make comments on it from time to time. Love it. A pet job. I'm going to have to look into that.
Definitely.
Maybe better yet, or here's an idea I could add to that. The thing with the job on it.
Yeah.
And around to it.
Oh, you're going to make it more complicated.
Well, have you ever seen Around to It?
Of course I have.
Okay. Well, that way they can get a job when they get around to it.
Now that I'm retired, every time I look at my backyard needing the grass cut, I need Around to It.
There we go. Hey, it could be, maybe they get the pet job, and then when they get a job, they get a free round to it or something. I don't know.
You might need that with trying to get the idea started. I'll get around to it.
Yeah. Not a bad idea. We've gone just over an hour and a half. I know I typically go about 2 hours, but I'm trying to cut back a little bit on that. So that
I know I need my beauty sleep too, buddy.
well, for me, it's so that I don't ignore Nikki so much, because she'll get there and she'll just stare at me, waiting for me, or sometimes she'll take a nap. But Otis and her kind of have disagreements from time to time about the bed that's over here. It was bought for Nikki, but Otis has kind of taken a liking to it, and so sometimes he'll be in it, and she'll mess with him until he gets out of the bed, and then she'll go lay down in it. But she chooses stuff.
I'm going to let you go now because Doris is really tired.
I appreciate that. Appreciate you coming up, Skipper.
See
Let
you,
me
Skip.
say,
Bye.
Bye.
and let me, if you hadn't said it, if you're in here and you hadn't said anything for a little while, if you would go ahead and put something in the chat. So, oh wow, wait a minute. How stupid do I feel? M&T, I did not notice, and I know they're already gone, but let me add them as a moderator. I just noticed that they weren't. And let's see. M&T, Cooking at 11, thank you. Nicole Ruiz, thank you. NBL, thank you for coming in. Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Shawnee Chave. We got Dar from Twister Dar 1, Dar, and then we've got Archangel. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all are a blessing to me. And Thursday night we'll be doing, I'm not sure exactly what we're doing, but you can bet we will be playing some of that game. And thank you for coming in, NBL. And we will, I'm going to end, and we'll be on here for a few minutes for the after party. If somebody wants to come into the after party, all you got to do is, follow the StreamYard link. You'll be welcome up here. Anyhow, we're going to end in 3, 2, 1. Thank y'all.